I'm guessing she wants the ash crystal. She will activate it, but she'll keep it for herself, I'm guessing, for some reason which we're going to be like, oh, that's so bad, and later we're going to be like, oh, it was her, like, she was troubled by XYZ, and she had to do it. Stargazer has fully proven her abilities at battle. Your companions have accepted her as part of the team and now much friendlier to this fellow traveler. Someone has already taken the first step towards establishing trust. You are confident that if Stargazer also takes a step forward, everyone will get along just fine. The scene from Shelter will not repeat itself. You look towards Stargazer, but she is still gazing in the direction of the desert bandits. Ask Stargazer, what is she doing? Why do you keep staring in the direction?
Chief, to achieve something grand, one must be repeatedly tested. When old crises are resolved, new ones shall come.
Crises. The desert bandits who have fled are now back again. Seriously?
Bandits who had fled are now back again!
That is hilarious. The person who was doing the voice acting read the fucking middle line instead of the actual line. He's supposed to say you got some skill, diss lapdogs. But he still said the above line as a narrator. That's hilarious.
So, my underlings failed to finish you off. You want to face me again, hey? You can escape from the Tide of Ashes once, but can you do it a second or third time?
A desert bandit boss appears, holding the ash crystal while murmuring something under his breath.
What the heck is that old fart murmuring about? He's not calling the sandworms back again, is he?
It sounds like he wants us to enter the Tide of Ashes again.
But how would he... Can he control the Tide of Ashes? That would be ridiculous.
Huh? How is that possible? It's not like it's some magic lamp that we'd go in and out of whenever he wants.
Every single time she says something, it's like foreshadowing of like 1 second ahead. This guy's design is so cool, except for the hand. I like everything else. Serenaded by the desert bandit boss' hysterical laughter, the wind begins to blow and the ground begins to shudder. Distant plumes of sand engulfs the horizon at lightning speed. The Tide of Ashes is coming again. How though?
Roleka wants an even more thrilling game.
That's FAC 107, which is weird. How did he control the Tides of War, Tides of Ashes, or whatever? FAC 108, Dead End. Desperate and moribund desert bandits have summoned the Tides of Ashes. Escape or rescue. You have to make choice, and sacrifice is not the only destiny for the weak. FAC 108, Dead End. Desperate and moribund. I don't understand the word. I know what BUND is. It's like an embankment or something. Like a barrier or something. But I don't know what moribund would mean. I'm guessing like isolated or something. Moribund desert bandits have summoned the Tide of Ashes. Escape or rescue. You have to make a choice. Sacrifice is not the only destiny for the weak.
Come grab a drink with me when it's done.
Holy... Is the Tide of Ashes that basic? It comes at the drop of a hat?
The way that sentence was formed, I don't think she said holy fuck. I think she said holy balls. Or whatever.
I don't think this Tide of Ashes formed naturally.
You follow the direction of Hecate's finger. Aboard the desert bandit ship, the desert bandit boss is holding up the red glowing crystal as if conducting some ritual.
Ash crystal can form a Tide of Ashes?
We can bond to the mechanics of it later. If we want to get out of here alive or stop the ash crystal, we must seize their ash crystal first. After analyzing the map with Kava, you order the rest of the 710 crew to 710 crew to encircle the battlefield from both sides, aiming to corner the desert bandit ship. Oh, okay, there's just no voice line, I suppose. Surrender, resistance is futile. She sounds like a Terminator. However, the desert bandit boss is unfazed by the siege. He roars at you with bloodshot eyes.
You think I'm afraid of you dis-city lapdogs? You know very well what the people of White Sands have been through. You monopolized hypercubes to reap vast fortunes from White Sands. But you don't give a damn whether the people of White Sands live or die.
I actually don't know what the whole situation is with the White Sands.
It was me. I brought together all the persecuted people of White Sands, bestowed upon them hypercubes, and gave them the hope to live.
Rebut angrily. Okay, that's the first time he's rebutting angrily. What lies? Your actions are clearly pushing unarmed civilians into the abyss. You think this city doesn't know about your plot? You want to stir up trouble and sow discord, plunging more White Sands civilians into misery. You want this city to build more shelters. And after all, it's much easier to raid civilian shelters than hypercube freighters with formidable defenses.
Shut up! Shut your filthy pie-hole!
Enraged as a bandit boss swings his sword at you, only to be blocked by Hela. Then a savage clash of metal sets off fiery sparks.
Crap! My hand is numb! What kind of sword is that?
Did you think I had no chance of winning?
The desert bandit's strength troubles you. He is not manic, yet he has enough power to fight sinners in a way that no ordinary person could.
Hella, be careful.
Ah! Oh, thank goodness I dodged quickly. That speed and strength is incredible. Are you sure that guy isn't a sinner or corruptor? Hecate and I couldn't beat him with our combined strength.
Not right now, but he will become one.
What do you mean?
He prayed to the ash crystal for power and received an answer. He has been bestowed the power of limbo, plunging him into paranoia and rage. Just like the shadowy figures whose souls have been devoured by the tide of ashes, it is only a matter of time before he becomes a corruptor.
You dare compare me to those lowly monsters?
Aw, Miss Stargazer, your words really shattered his little heart.
Soon you won't dare to speak with such insolence. I shall use the power bestowed upon me by the Ash Crystal to smite you, to smite this city, and obtain all the hypercubes. By then, I shall control everything in White Sands. I shall become the master of White Sands.
His arrogant cackle suddenly becomes pained whimpers as Stargazer looms before the desert bandit boss.
How humans hate and kill each other is of no consequence to me at all. But if you presume to use your tedious barbarism to mistreat and desecrate White Sands, that is unforgivable. Oh, desecrator of White Sands, the only place your soul deserves to be is hell.
The desert bandit boss locks his glare onto Stargazer.
If I die, then you shall also.
What does that mean? Why would she die? Black shadows entangle and smite the desert bandit boss, who stops breathing before he can spit out his last words. With a flick of her hand, Stargazer flings the desert bandit who has been jeering arrogantly just moments ago like a rag doll into the desert. The White Sands devour him immediately, leaving not even a single bone behind.
Chief, we didn't find any ash crystals on the ship. They must have been moved.
How the hell did they do that in front of you?
The tide of ashes is approaching the shelter. We need to retreat to the V710.
By the way, the colorful thing in front of her, I think that's a sketchbook. She likes to sketch, so I believe that's a sketchbook. The tide of ashes is approaching the shelter. We need to retreat to V710. As soon as you return to the V710, you receive word that the Outland Affairs Bureau has learned of the Desert Bandit's boss's death. You also know the Ash Crystal is still at large and demand you to immediately continue pursuing the remaining Desert Bandits to retrieve it. Right now?